Why does Japan have so many earthquakes? Japan, often referred to as the land of the rising sun, is renowned for its frequent seismic activity. This phenomenon is not just a statistical anomaly but a daily reality for millions of its residents. Japan, known for its rich culture and technological advancements, faces a significant natural challenge: earthquakes. The country is situated on the Pacific Ring of Fire, the most seismically active region on Earth. With over 2,000 earthquakes recorded annually, Japan not only leads in the number of earthquakes but also frequently experiences powerful seismic events. This phenomenon is not just a part of daily life in Japan but also a critical factor influencing how its people and infrastructure function and are built. To understand why Japan experiences such a high frequency of earthquakes, we must delve into its geographical and geological context. Japan's unique position at the convergence of several major tectonic plates is the primary reason for its high seismic activity. The country sits atop a complex and dynamic region known as the Pacific Ring of Fire. This ring is a horseshoe-shaped zone encircling the Pacific Ocean and is renowned for its seismic and volcanic activity. Spanning approximately 40,000 kilometers, the Pacific Ring of Fire contains about 75% of the world's active volcanoes and is the site of approximately 90% of the world's earthquakes. Japan's frequent earthquakes are primarily due to its geographic location. The country is positioned at the junction of four major tectonic plates: the Pacific Plate, the North American Plate, the Eurasian Plate, and the Philippine Plate. These plates are in constant motion, interacting with each other in various ways, including colliding, sliding past one another, or one plate subducting beneath another. These interactions, particularly collisions and subductions, generate significant stress. When this stress is released, it results in earthquakes. Historical records highlight the severe impact of earthquakes in Japan. The Great Kanto earthquake of 1923, with a magnitude of 8.0 on the Richter scale, resulted in approximately 140,000 deaths. The Great Hanshin earthquake in 1995, measuring 7.0 on the Richter scale, caused over 6,000 fatalities and extensive damage. More recently, the 2011 Tohoku earthquake, with a magnitude of 9.0, resulted in around 20,000 deaths, widespread destruction, and a nuclear disaster at the Fukushima Daiichi power plant, marking one of the most severe nuclear accidents since Chernobyl in 1986. In the 21st century, Japan has experienced several devastating earthquakes that have had profound impacts on its society and infrastructure. These seismic events have not only highlighted Japan's vulnerability due to its geographic location on the Pacific Ring of Fire but also showcased the country's resilience and response capabilities. One of the most significant earthquakes in recent Japanese history was the Great East Japan Earthquake, also known as the Tohoku earthquake, which struck on March 11, 2011. This earthquake, with a magnitude of 9.0, was one of the most powerful ever recorded. It triggered a massive tsunami that devastated Japan's northeastern coast, leading to over 18,000 deaths and extensive damage to towns and cities. The disaster also caused a severe nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, resulting in the release of radioactive materials and creating a long-term environmental and health crisis. The scale of this disaster highlighted the critical need for robust emergency preparedness and response systems and led to significant changes in Japan's nuclear energy policies and disaster management strategies. Prior to the Tohoku earthquake, Japan was shaken by the Kobe earthquake, or the Great Hanshin earthquake, which struck on January 17, 1995. Measuring 7.0 on the Richter scale, this earthquake hit the city of Kobe and its surrounding areas, causing over 6,000 deaths and significant damage to infrastructure. The event exposed vulnerabilities in Japan's earthquake preparedness and led to major reforms in building codes and disaster response strategies. The Kobe earthquake served as a catalyst for advancements in earthquake engineering and reinforced Japan's commitment to improving its resilience against seismic events. Another notable earthquake in the 21st century was the Okinawa earthquake of October 4, 2019. With a magnitude of 6.8, this earthquake struck near Okinawa Island, causing widespread shaking and damage. While it did not result in significant casualties, It underscored the seismic risks faced by various regions of Japan beyond the more commonly affected areas like Tokyo and Osaka. The Okinawa earthquake highlighted the importance of preparedness and response strategies in less frequently affected regions. The Kumamoto earthquake, which occurred on April 14 and 16, 2016, is another significant seismic event. This series of earthquakes, including a powerful 7.0 magnitude quake, struck Kumamoto Prefecture on Kyushu Island. The earthquakes resulted in over 50 deaths, thousands of injuries, and substantial damage to buildings and infrastructure. The Kumamoto earthquake revealed the challenges of responding to seismic events in densely populated urban areas and led to a reevaluation of building standards and emergency response protocols in the region. In addition to these major earthquakes, Japan has experienced numerous smaller but still impactful seismic events. For instance, the Tokyo earthquake of 2021, with a magnitude of 6.1, caused considerable disruption in Tokyo and the surrounding areas. It served as a reminder of the ongoing seismic risks in Japan's capital, a city with a high population density and significant infrastructure. On August 8, 2024, Japan experienced a significant earthquake that has captured global attention due to its impact and the concerns it has raised about future seismic activity in the region. The earthquake, which measured 7.8 on the Richter scale, struck off the coast of the Nankai Trough, a major subduction zone located along Japan's southern coast. This area, known for its tectonic complexity and seismic activity, has long been a focal point for earthquake preparedness and research. The August 8, 2024 earthquake. The August 8, 2024 earthquake struck at a depth of approximately 20 kilometers beneath the ocean floor, making it a relatively shallow event. Its epicenter was located near the Nankai Trough, a region where the Philippine Sea Plate is subducting beneath the Eurasian Plate. The earthquake generated significant shaking across a broad area, including major cities like Osaka, Kobe, and Kyoto, leading to widespread damage and disruption. The quake triggered a tsunami warning, and while the waves generated were not as large as some historical tsunamis, they caused localized flooding and additional damage to coastal areas. The Japanese government, prepared for such events, activated its emergency response protocols swiftly, deploying rescue teams and providing aid to affected regions. The earthquake resulted in substantial infrastructure damage, including the collapse of several buildings and disruption to transportation networks. Fortunately, due to extensive preparedness and early warning systems, the loss of life was mitigated, although there were still casualties and numerous injuries reported. The Nankai Trough and future risks. The Nankai Trough is a crucial area of concern for seismologists and disaster preparedness officials in Japan. This subduction zone has a history of producing large and destructive earthquakes, known as Nankai earthquakes. These events are characterized by their potential to generate massive tsunamis and cause significant damage to Japan's densely populated and economically vital southern coast. Historical records indicate that major Nankai earthquakes occur approximately every 100 to 150 years, with notable events including the 1946 Nankai earthquake and the 1707 Hoi earthquake. These past events have demonstrated the devastating potential of the Nankai Trough and the associated tsunamis that can impact the region. In recent years, scientists have been closely monitoring the Nankai Trough due to increasing signs of stress accumulation along the fault lines. Predictive models and historical data suggest that another major earthquake could be imminent, with the potential for significant impact on Japan's southern coast. The August 8, 2024 earthquake has heightened awareness of this risk, reinforcing the importance of preparedness and mitigation efforts. Japan's preparedness and response. In response to the ongoing seismic threats, Japan has invested heavily in earthquake research, early warning systems, and infrastructure improvements. Building codes have been strengthened to ensure that structures can withstand seismic forces, and emergency response plans are regularly updated and practiced. Additionally, public education campaigns aim to increase awareness and preparedness among residents. The August 8, 2024 earthquake serves as a stark reminder of the persistent risks posed by the Nankai Trough and similar tectonic features. While Japan's preparedness measures have helped to minimize the impact of recent earthquakes, the possibility of a larger and more destructive event remains a critical concern. Continued research, monitoring, and investment in disaster resilience are essential to managing the risks and ensuring the safety of Japan's population in the face of future seismic events. Each of these earthquakes has contributed to Japan's evolving approach to disaster preparedness and response. The country has invested heavily in earthquake-resistant infrastructure, advanced early warning systems, and public education campaigns to enhance resilience and minimize the impact of future seismic events. As Japan navigates the challenges posed by its seismic environment, the lessons learned from past events continue to shape its approach to disaster risk reduction. The nation's experience demonstrates a profound understanding of its natural hazards and a robust framework for responding to them. However, the ever-present risk of major earthquakes necessitates ongoing research, monitoring, and investment in disaster resilience. In conclusion, Japan's frequent earthquakes are a testament to its location on the Pacific Ring of Fire and the dynamic tectonic forces at play. The country's ability to adapt and respond to these challenges reflects its resilience and determination. While Japan's seismic reality is an inescapable part of life, its proactive measures and continuous improvements in disaster management provide valuable lessons for other seismic-prone regions around the world.